Hello guys and welcome back. Today we are going to record another episode about the Throwback Thursday, but this time it's like on Friday because I was a little bit handicapped the days before. We're gonna jump into a game between Shadai and his opponent Calypso on Twisted Meadows. It's Undead against ORC, and this replay is from the replays of the year of 2050. And for this special occasion I have ITrainHum with me. And yeah, say hello bro.
Yeah, hello everyone. As YAWS just said, for those of you who don't know me, I am ITrainHum here on YouTube, and some refer to me as Andy. And yeah, if you enjoyed these Throwback Thursdays that YAWS has recently started providing, then you might find some enjoyment on my channel as well, where I cast some old school Warcraft 3 games. But yeah, today isn't about me promoting stuff, it's about casting Warcraft 3, and I'm very much looking forward to doing that with yours.
Nice, then let's start the game in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. We are already starting at the 2-minute mark. We see that Calypso is spawning at the 8 o'clock position here as the dark green orc player with the Blade Master and the Grunt is getting the early Voodoo launch, so this kinda indicates that he will go for some creeping right away, while his opponent on the other side, Shadai, is going for a quite early DK to harass and a later graveyard, so he's not going for the typical kind of play that player would expect here, especially as an orc player, where you think, okay, I got some time, I can do some creeping. Some orc players even go for this Gnoll Warden and the Gnoll Overseer right away, and then you are quite damaged. But in this case, Calypso was kind of lucky that his start without scouting is not punished, or cannot be punished at all, but the DK from Shadai is around, and I think he will go for a really fast take and most likely, yeah, hit to tier 3 as soon as he can.
But if you paid attention right in the beginning, Calypso actually did scout towards the top, and he saw the scout acolyte of Machiavelli coming towards him, so he knew that it was early Death Knight, and therefore I think he didn't dare creeping the big mall camp and only did the small green one, because the scout acolyte basically says the Undead is coming to harass you.
Nice, and on the other side we see that Calypso is getting that Tomb of Experience, so his creep spot is definitely worth it, this little troll trapper. And we can see Shadai wants to creep with the Rod of Necromancy. You can always go for this nice Gnoll Overseer, Gnoll Warden creep with at least 4 skeletons. I think he will spawn another Rod as soon as he can. The Blade Master on the other side healing up, getting that Circlet of Nobility from the shop, and now the Boots of Speed on top of that. And yeah, you were absolutely right about this Acolyte. I was not paying attention for a second. The Grunt was chasing it down and it's finally dead. Tier 2 tech is almost 50% done. Second Ziggurat joins that, and we're gonna have the first Fiend in a second, while the DK is close to level 2 already.
Yeah, I think Shadai has done a fairly good job so far. Not really anything that, or not really too much the Undead can do to prevent the Orc from creeping, because there's just a lot of opportunities early on Twisted Meadows, and therefore with only the Rod of Necromancy getting almost level 2 already, I think is decent to begin with. But then again, the Blade Master did a good job creeping as well. Second circle for him, and making his way towards level 3 already.
Yeah, it's always scary when this Blade Master hits level 3, then you are in so much trouble, especially when he's still on full mana, which he's not right now, but he's still got like 180 mana on that hero. Besides that, he's stealing big camps from the side here of Shadai. First of all, he was able to steal the orange camp, and now he's going for that chop. Maybe he just gets the item, but it doesn't look like it. He's going for the trapper, and the grunt is coming back. One of the grunts is fairly low, close to the forest, and now Shadai finally finds it with that skeleton, coils it right away. Not sure if you even had to use that coil, but he's using it nonetheless. Big roll comes out here from Calypso. He is level 3, but will he be punished by losing 2 of his grunts? DK cannot get hold of the second one, and the Blade Master still super low HP. Fiends are joining the fray here, going for that grunt, but since there's no coil available, he is in trouble. And now a Fiends gets ensnared from the trapper, so sometimes the creep mechanics work in favor of your opponent. Is he able to close in on that Fiend? There is still a Windwalk, and even a second Windwalk after that. No coil to finish that Blade Master. Is he able to block the grunt to his death?
And did he deny that Fiend with the Death Knight? I think he did.
I'm not sure. I don't think so, because the Blade Master experience is rising like crazy. And he was just level 3 when he was like, or when he let go from that camp, and now he got like so much more experience.
Maybe it just looked like that. But yeah, the Death Knight could be coming in trouble here. There's one more Windwalk remaining, but it looks like Calypso has different aims here than getting the Death Knight killed at the moment.
Yeah, the problem is if he goes really deep inside that main base and tries to kill it, and the Frost Tower is slowing the Blade Master down, he can easily die. Because he doesn't have a second Windwalk to get out of that. And now he's even going to finish that creep slot. It's like so scary for him, but he doesn't care. He just stays there, creeps that one, gets another tomb, which is not an experienced tomb, this one here. 3 grunts still, and a 4th grunt waiting close to his main base that is still super low HP, so he was at least getting 1 more grunt that he lost earlier. And now getting the Shadow Hunter, and let's pay attention to the unit choice that he will go head into it. A Spirit Launch and a Bestiary, so he might tag to tier 3 later, but for now he sticks on the tier 2 with the 1-1-1 build and heavily relies on the Raiders and Spirit Walkers that he will get now.
Yeah, and on the other side of the map, we do see that Shadai is just now getting his Slaughterhouse. I was looking at his macro there while you were talking. He had the opportunity to build the Slaughterhouse like 15-20 seconds earlier, but he decided to get quick tier 3 and another Rod of Necromancy, another Dust, and the Sacrificial Skull, which he's using right now on the top of the map. So yeah, delaying his statue and eventual Destroyer production there for quite a bit, and we'll see if it pays out in the long run.
Yeah, that's true. What I really like to see is that Undead players nowadays trying to implement this skull into their play that gives you a little bit of blight where your regeneration, HP regeneration will be a lot higher together with that aura, but the DK on the other hand still level 2, not level 3 yet. The Orc is spotting the Undead player here, and we can see that Calypso is going for a creep deck, and this is the phase of the game where the Shadow Hunter and the Orc player in general is so much stronger than the Undead. Because he will go to try and snipe one of these Fiends or the Lich. Lich is healed, but the Fiends are exposed, and now he goes for it. And another Hex will definitely hit one of the Fiends. With that Mantle of Intelligence of the Shadow Hunter here, he got like 345 mana coming out of that altar, completely restored. And now he has to pull the Town Portal to not lose any units. And yeah, you said it, the Slaughterhouse is quite delayed. He doesn't even have the first statue yet on the field, and he's getting it. But it's not there yet, not even 50% done, while the tier 3 tech is about to be done. Sending out a few skeletons to scout what his opponent is up to, but so far he can kind of assume that there was no expansion thrown down or anything. So he will most likely check on the unit composition as well as on the tier 3 tech from the Orc player.
Yeah, and I think right now it's up to Calypso to find the right balance between containing his opponent and creeping up his heroes, especially his Shadow Hunter. Because yeah, with the early Spirit Lodge, with the late tier 3 tech, which he's getting done right now, he's gonna have very good map presence in the mid game, but he's gonna have to make use of that, because eventually the investment into Spirit Walkers is going to yeah, make it less easy for him to deal with the Undead once he's fully up to tier 3, once he's got everything he needs in his unit composition, but it's not yet the case, and he's coming in again for the creep check. Yeah, he's trying to make use of those walkers right now. He's trying to prevent the Death Knight from continuing to creep, and Shadai already has to pull back just due to that, and he's probably gonna lose another Fiend here.
Yeah, that Fiend dies, and you said it, with that Link and with that Ensnare, he's so strong, and Healing Wave on top of that, so you don't get as much damage as you would usually get while you can heal your units with that level 1 Heal Wave. But the Blade Master on the other hand has to be careful, there's no Invo Potion and no Town Portal. The only thing that saved these units at the moment is the Speed Scroll whenever he needs it. But for the Undead player, Shadai has to be careful. Now with the first Destroyer, I think he can take a fight. This is the phase of the game where the game shifts a little bit in favor of the Undead player for a moment. Because by just absorbing that Link, he gets so much mana on that Destroyer, and he's fighting against the Orc units. Losing one of his Fiends, no, not losing that one by now. It's being healed, it's being Frost Armored, the Raider dies, one Grunt already died. Can he save that Fiend? That Fiend dies, Borrow was a little too late. Now borrowing the other Fiend. There's no Dust of Appearance here on that Orc player. Actually it is. There is Dust on the Shadow Hunter. He's revealing that second Fiend as well. Can he kill the second hero here from the Orc player? It doesn't look like it. He keeps on killing these Grunts, because the Grunts die really fast against his mana destroyers. But now he has to be careful. He only has one Destroyer, 3 Ghouls, 1 Fiend, and his 2 heroes that remain. But on the other hand, the Orc player is losing quite a lot. Look at the amount of units that he just lost in that fight. He's down to the 2 heroes and 1 Spirit Walker. Now using the Speed Scroll to close in on that Ghoul, but losing his second hero for being way too greedy here. Level 3 Decay closing in with the level 2 Coil, and all of a sudden the Lich finds himself in a wonderful spot and very close to level 3. So what just happened there?
Yeah, I think there was a wonderful fight for Shadai took a huge risk there. He went out of his main base with just being able to morph one destroyer and without a town portal, so that could have gone south for him very quickly, but luckily for him it didn't. And I'm a little bit surprised that that Calypso ended up not using his Scroll of the Beast here, because you know, as previously said, there was only one destroyer in the air for Shadai, and after that one got rid of the Spirit Link, I thought that the Scroll of the Beast would come in handy, but he didn't use it. Shadai pulled everything, pulled his rules, and made the best out of it, and killed almost everything, so he's definitely looking decent in this game at the moment.
Yeah, we have to say it was a very bad fight by Calypso, to be honest, because on the DK there was no town portal, there was no invo potion, even on the Lich. He could have easily gone for the hero snipes, and you said it, he could also snipe one of the destroyers, because there only was one destroyer, so if you're ensnared, it becomes a lot harder to dispel in certain areas, because when you're stuck to one location, like dispelling on the right or left is very hard with destroyers on the ground. So if you snipe this destroyer, pop that Scroll of the Beast and just take the fight from there, I think you're in a wonderful spot, because we also saw that Shadai was committing to that fight with everything that he got. He even pulled the ghouls and he lost like every single one of them. And now, by losing the Shadowhunter and killing this huge chunk of army, I think he was establishing a great game here. Now we see the tiny Great Hall for the Blade Master. He is already 4.5. If this guy ever sees level 5, he will turn out to be a beast yet again with that level 3 critical strike. And we have a Lich with barely 600 HP and a DK that most likely will be hexed in the right moment so that the hero kill can be secured. But let's wait for that. Shadowhunter comes out. Is he going to save the Scroll of the Beast right now? That might be a question. Because I don't think that there is too much of a use at the moment, since there will be more statues, more destroyers, but he still keeps it. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it's a little bit surprising given that there are already 2 destroyers up in the air and it's not going to become any fewer, at least during the time when the Scroll of the Beast could still be useful. So yeah, you're absolutely right in my opinion. It's a little bit surprising that he doesn't sell it, but then again, all of his other items seem to be pretty useful so far. Circlet on the Blade Master, the Shadowhunter does have over 600 mana, and yeah, Calypso is still looking decent here. It's not like he's behind by any means currently. We'll see how much of a punch Shadai is going to be able to pack against the expansion once he morphs all of his destroyers, perhaps gets a 3rd hero, guessing sells some of his items on the Death Knight, which aren't too great.
We're under attack!
Yeah, sells the Boots of Cathalas, the Orb, and something else.
Yeah, I might go for the 3rd hero right now and Ben will punish him. It will be the Dark Ranger. In this case, I would usually like to see a Pit Lord with that Hole of Terror, because I think it's very, very strong against the army without a TC, but he likes to have that Dark Ranger in place to silence the Shadowhunter in a crucial moment to prevent the healing waves from going off, and this might be a creep jack. But there is also an amulet of Spell Shield on that Blade Master, so there's no trouble of keeping that one alive. Nice dispel here from the Silent, and the fight breaks out. First unit already dead, the Headhunter, the Spirit Walker dies as well. Kodobi is being focused, and Shadai is doing a great job. On the other hand, he's losing one of his fiends. Now the Scroll of the Beast is popped. The Headhunters are trying to kill these destroyers, but for now they are still alive. First destroyer dies in that very second. 200 to crit, and Dark Ranger dies here as well.
Wow, yeah, very quick snipe there on the Dark Ranger. The Scroll of the Beast, as we predicted, was dispelled in like half a second, and neither of the players does have a lot remaining, but it looks a lot better. Actually, it doesn't. Only looks slightly better for the Undead here, but if the Blade Master continues critting and critting as he does just now, that advantage can turn very quickly. All the fiends have to be burrowed, and it's only the destroyers and the heroes remaining on the field for the moment. Another walker is going to get killed by the coil, and yeah, Machiavelli, aka Shadai, is really keeping himself in the game here due to some nice micro fighting against the insane items of his opponent here.
Yeah, the items are truly insane. That amount of mana on the Shadowhunter, the 650 mana, is way too crazy. Now even giving one of the circlets to him from that Blade Master to go up to 645 mana. He's still not level 5, okay? It's still a level 2 heal wave. But on the other hand, this Blade Master is going crazy with that Amulet of Spell Shield. You cannot really nuke him down because it will prevent the coil or the Nova from going off, which is a lot of damage that is not being dealt to that hero while you waste one of your coils that could heal a unit. Nice borrows there on the fiends. Lich still got an invo potion, but what Calypso has to do is drive his opponent away from that expansion so that you can get the amount of gold that you need from that expo. Killing one of the destroyers, huge chunk of XP, goes to the Shadowhunter level 4 finally. He's still got a lot of mana. Dark Ranger coming back to the fight with a mana potion. Is he bringing it over to the DK? And now the focus on the last remaining destroyer is real, and with that there might be a lot of link keeping these units alive. But now the last Spirit Walker dies as well, and this fight turns out to be a trade yet again.
And now Deathknight is getting hexed. He's going for the kill on the Dark Ranger again, and he's not getting it this time. Coil is leaked just before the strike, and the danger for Machiavelli right now is that the number of headhunters might be spiraling out of the body. He didn't bring his Shredder in, well, that one didn't really contribute too much to the fight. And yeah, it looks like killing this expansion might be a too daunting task for the Undead player, but then again, with the Blade Master being low HP, the damage output is dwindling here on both sides. But yeah, look at the number of units still remaining for Calypso.
It's crazy. So many units are coming to that fight in no time from the Orc player. You see Spirit Walkers coming, more Headhunters, more Raiders. His army was growing and growing throughout the fight, even though he was losing units everywhere. But this gives him so much experience. Look at the Blade Master, he's getting closer and closer to level 6. Shadowhunter 4.4 already. But on the other hand, the Undead heroes also look scary. We have a almost level 5 Lich. And with a level 3 Nova, especially against the Headhunter, he can do quite some damage. Yeah, but the DK level 5 has to be careful if he is sniped. So far, Calypso, we have to say that and give him that. He's not going for the hero kills. He's not committed onto the heroes. I think he could have sniped the DK like way more. I see Orc players go way more aggressive towards the first hero of the Undead race. But he is really not keeping, like... He's not even trying to kill that one. He just goes and tries to kill a few fiends. And what he lacks of in the fight is definitely the Dust of Appearance. But now he got 2 charges on his Shadowhunter. And the next time this fiend tries to borrow, have fun with that.
Yeah, so far the burrow micro has been very good by Shadai. And one thing that I think Calypso, statue is getting picked off here on the way, nothing you can do about that. One thing that Calypso's done pretty well in the fight was his focus fire against the destroyers. Once the headhunters got into position, those destroyers just went down one by one very quickly, and then, yeah, with the Spirit Link, it was a pretty easy fight to win in the end. But we're about to see the next one already, and Mud Golem board here by
It's crazy.
Shadai.
He's like, for my understanding, he's wasting a lot of gold on Shredder and Mud Golem. I'm not sure if it's worth it, but he goes for it nonetheless. Fight breaks out, Dust of Appearance being used. Fiend dies, that was borrowed. There's only one destroyer in the air, so he's using Spirit Link, of course, because he cannot absorb the entire Spirit Link here. A lot of remains, but the Blade Master is about to drop down here. No more mana for a Windwalk, and the level 5 Blade Master dies. Level 5 for the Lich, and this can turn the tides.
Oh, definitely. Blade Master did not get an Immo potion before the next fight, didn't get a heal score or anything, and he's really paying the price for that. So at least one of the players makes sure to punish their opponent for not protecting their heroes properly. And now the fight continues without the Blade Master.
Yeah, he's not even going back, he's not even going to the tavern to get that one, to add it to his army, and he's losing unit after unit. Destroyer dies, of course. Shadowhunter getting closer and closer to level 5. One skeleton, and he would get the level 5. The Kodo Beast already eating a unit, and with the full stomach, has to be careful, can easily be sniped with that Lich here. There's no Nova, but there will be a coil soon. Still takes some time to get that one, still 10 mana points missing. Now finally he is retreating and going towards that tavern here to keep his army, or the rest of his army, alive by getting that Blade Master back, but he's not able to fight him off here. He will lose that Berserker, most likely losing that Kodo on top. Shadowhunter is retreating. No, actually he goes in again. There's still like 200 mana on that Shadowhunter, and the Dust of Appearance that is being used. This means level 5 for the Shadowhunter as soon as he kills it. He's not even waiting for that Fiend to die to have that level 3 heal wave to heal his hero. He has to use it before that. But yeah, without an Invo Potion on that Blade Master, even though he's level 5 with the Spell Shield, he's way too weak at the moment to do the damage that he would need to maybe kite down one of the destroyers, to maybe kill the Dark Ranger here in time. Not even sure why he's keeping that Vampiric Aura just for the DK, but yeah, whatever. Blade Master, if he cuts in on that level 6, he's still got an expansion, so it's basically 2 mines against 1. There's an Acolyte on the way, maybe he will expand sooner or later here, Mr. Shadai, but so far he's not throwing it down. The Haunted Gold Mine, level 5 Lich, level 3 Dark Ranger, and a close to level 6 DK that never changed the game at all, that I can remember, but still level 6 on that hero. Might be level 1 Death Pact. Because he actually got the level 1 death pack already, because he's on level 1 aura here. Muddy the Mud Golem dies again, and the Blade Master is going ham on the units. You can see the critical strike on the Destroyer. The Kodo Beast finally dead. The Destroyer remains, but now is dead in the level 6. Blade Master Nova on him, and he is going down. Most likely, no, he stays alive with that Windwalk. Windwalking away, level 3 healing wave, keeping him alive. Level 6 not spent yet on that Blade Master, but will definitely go to the Blade Storm here. 2 Raiders being Novaed and immediately killed or almost killed by the DK and the remaining forces. There's still 1 coil. Both of them have 308 and 309 HP, so he cannot coil them. Now he can get rid of one of the Raiders, because it's doing like 300 damage with that level 3 coil. And he's going for level 2 aura, so no crazy DK ultimate.
Yeah, and Shadai is trading insanely well here. He's really, thanks to those fights, keeping himself in the game. Maybe the Blade Master will finally think about getting an Invul Potion, as he's been given some time right now. But the problem is for the Undead player that the main gold mines are gone, so no more gold income for him. At the moment, he's getting the expansion right now in the bottom right. But it's gonna take a while, and yeah, level 6 Blade Master against an unprotected Undead expansion might end up having some fun there. But that's only gonna happen if this is ever scouted by Calypso, and so far he hasn't done so. But I think if Shadai doesn't go for a big all-in push within the next 2 minutes or so, then Calypso should be getting suspicious here, and maybe he's gonna start scouting for a counter expansion.
Yeah, I'm kind of questioning why he's not adding like a Frost Worm throughout the entire game. There's still a Shade idling in the main base that is not added to the army. That's something that happens when you town portal to your main base and you have like that move command on that Shade, and whenever you town portal, the move command disappears, so the Shade is idling in the main base, not using it. Which would be a great addition to his forces to see that Blade Master, even though he might use the Windwalk, because earlier he was able to Windwalk away with barely 100 HP. So it might be the case of killing him whenever he keeps that alive. And now I see why he's keeping the Vamp Aura as well, for the Dark Minions that come out whenever the Dark Ranger is killing a unit with that nice Dark Arrow here. So he tries to keep that aura for the Skeletons and the DK most likely, because the Skeletons can be a pain in the ass, especially against Headhunter, because they do quite a good amount of damage against them. And on the other hand, you get more and more unit that you can also use as a Dark Ritual for the Lich. You can see he's full HP, full mana, full HP right now, with an Invul Potion. Let's check the DK Invul Potion and 2 Ring of Regeneration, an item that I think got a lot of value, but most of the people just sell it like blindly without paying attention to it. And yeah, the unprotected expansion finally adds a Ziggurat as well as a Top of Relics, because you know that there might be a fight. Shadowhunter, oh no, the Shade actually is added to the army, so now we can keep track of everything.
Yeah. And the Blade Master did finally get an Invul Potion, so he's not gonna be as easy a target as he previously was. And yeah, at the moment it's a couple of Fiends, 2-0 upgrades by the way on those of Shadai, whereas no upgrades on the side of Calypso. But the Blade Master does have 300 something mana, so Blade Storm might be ensuing here onto that expansion, and that's not gonna make things any easier for our Undead player here. So Spirit Link used right now, and it looks like the fight is about to start, and the Blade Master is already checking. Shade is there though to see him coming. But in this narrow position in front of the expansion, I think a Blade Storm is definitely a threat. Let's just quickly check the Blade Master. Yeah, it's Windwalk level 2, so he's definitely got Blade Storm here.
Yeah, I'm really not so sure if he wants to fight into that, because usually if there's a shop set up, and this is what the most important thing is at the expansion, if you want to fight there, especially when the underplayer or any race is at tier 2 and tier 3, where you can buy like healing potions, mana potions whenever you need it, it's such a crucial point, and you never want to attack into an expansion protected by a tower and a Tome of Relics. This is also the reason why some Orc players get a shop whenever they take a big fight. They just construct a shop while they take that fight, because they know when the shop finishes, while the fight still continues, they can replenish the mana on the Shadowhunter and heal their units up while they fight against you, and this is so powerful. Speaking of the Shadowhunter, he almost got 700 mana and he is level 5 with the heal scroll. Blade Master this time Invul Potion, there is one available. Amulet of Spell Shield off cooldown, and the fight is about to break out.
Yeah, and it's actually taking place in front of the main base. First Raider gets nuked immediately. It's 51 supply against 64. Blade Master still hasn't used his ultimate. First Destroyer is being ensnared and focused again by those Headhunters, and it's taking plenty of damage. It's going down. Kodo eating, but doesn't devour, doesn't digest here for too long. The Fiend gets freed, and the second destroyer is about to fall as well, leaving Machiavelli with only Fiends and his Tri-Hero combo, and there is the Blade Storm.
But this is a very poor Blade Storm, speaking of, but it's actually killing 3 Fiends here in total, or 2, and the one is being healed. Nice silence, by the way. He's silencing the Shadowhunter as well as all the Spirit Walkers, so there's no chance of dispelling the silence. And now the level 3 Nova is killing so many Headhunters. He's just using his nuking ability to get rid of all the units. Finally, we can see that Calypso pays attention and is going for the DK here. He knows now that he can do quite a lot of damage. We have seen that level 6 ultimate from the Blade Master. Now the focus on the DK. There's still an Invo Potion. He is losing more and more HP. Now the focus continues to be on that Dark Ranger, but the Blade Master has to be careful. He's dropping down to 500 HP as well, and this is an area that you will not want to be in, especially if there is level 3 Coil, level 3 Nova dropping below. And now he goes for that Headhunter, is killing another one without the Dark Arrow available. I think he just disabled it because he wants to have more mana for that silence. DK being focused yet again. 220 crit, 70 Windwalk damage. Is he going to kill that one? There's still an Invo Potion. He's using it in time. Can he call the Dark Ranger? Yes, he can. Frost Armor being applied. But since there's no more Destroyer, he cannot absorb the Link here. The Spirit Link, it's so strong. Now he's even dispelling the Spirit Link on his own units, but I think he just wanted to dispel the silence, which wasn't used at all. Or he just dispelled that skeleton. Coil on one of the Raiders, but the DK in the middle of everything. No more mana there to use the Death Pact, and there's a nice dispel from that Frost Armor. Is he able to kill any of these heroes? Because as long as they are alive, I think he might be in a good spot.
Yeah, after the Blade Storm, there was one Fiend remaining only and the statue for Shadai, and he ended up making it work. Nevertheless, I mean, there's still a huge army size advantage for Calypso, but yeah, the heroes with the Blight in the back, with their with the Invo Potion on the Death Knight, still made it work, still enabled him to, at least for the moment, push Calypso away. The Blade Storm, yeah, not really as impressive as anticipated. And during the fight, something that was also pretty nice by Calypso was he used dust and he killed the Shade, making use of the fact that there was no dust anymore on the Undead hero. So the Blade Master was able to reign a little bit more free, even though there was no Invo Potion anymore. So that was a nice little tidbit there by Calypso. And yet he's still up supply-wise by 14, and his expansion is still running, so this is still anyone's game to take. And a second expansion is coming in the top left, but I guess that might not get too far.
Yeah, it seems like Shadai already was expecting it, and now he's cancelling the expansion. But on the other hand, he has to spend so much gold on items to keep the heroes alive. You can see the DK got a Town Portal, an Invo Potion, a Healing Potion, and a Mana Potion. In terms of money, this is so expensive. This is almost like 1k gold spent on items here. And this is the reason why his army is so small at this point. On the other hand, the moment he loses the DK is the moment he loses the game. So it's definitely worth spending resources to keep these heroes alive, because the heroes are the tools that keep him in this game. He was fighting against 2 gold mines for quite a long time and able to stay in that game for so long just by controlling his units and heroes so well. It's impressive to me, I have to say.
Both the second heroes, especially the Lich, very close to getting level 6 here. I mean, as long as there's Ensnare and Hex, that's probably not gonna make too much of a difference. But maybe there's a surprise in for us here. And this time it's actually Shadai who's moving forward, killing the first raider immediately with Nova Silence, basically hitting all the important units except for the Blade Master. Another raider gets picked off here, and the number of skeletons is already rising, but it seems like this is not a fight that Shadai can sustain here. Uses the Town Portal, and there is the level 6 on both of the second heroes right now.
Yeah, second hero level 6. Level 6 Lich is so crazy as well, but the level 6 Shadowhunter is even better. Can someone please tell me what the Lich is going to do there?
Like, okay, okay, now he realized it. I'm wondering
why
the
this was a huge misclick, and on the other hand, the Blade Master is being focused with that silence. There is no more Windwalk available for some time because he was silenced. He cannot use it now, finally using that Windwalk again. He's getting a Boneyard inside his main base, and Necropole is close to his expansion because he maybe needs to Town Portal there sooner or later. And yeah, 52 supply for the Orc player against the 45 supply from the Undead, getting a Frostworm with 7 supply, I guess it is, right now from that Boneyard. And that was kind of scary how that Lich moved into like no man's land without realizing that he is moving there.
Yeah, luckily for him, didn't get punished there. Um, so yeah, he's getting the worm. That means he's probably gonna get another destroyer or two as well, because against Hex, if you don't have destroyers, then the worm is just totally useless. But yeah, it is again Calypso who's putting on the pressure right now. And it looks like he's gonna go for the expansion again. 2 towers right now, 1 Spirit Tower, 1 Nerubian Tower. Necropolis in front, expanding the Blight a little bit. And is there a town portal? Yeah, of course,
Oh,
there's still a
nice
town
Blade Storm. Look at this. He's getting rid of the shop as well as the towers with the Blade Storm. Great use there from Calypso, getting rid of the towers. So now he's in a spot where he can easily take a fight onto the expansion and fight the underplay at the same time, because there's no more protection to that. Destroyers always ensnared and then focused by these headhunters. He's doing a great job of that as well. So a Nova on the Kodo Beast, getting rid of the Kodo Aura that is adding additional DPS to everything. The Dispel on the Blight, but it was actually intended to get rid of the skeletons. There's still one skeleton. Nova kills another unit here, but the Blade Master goes up to level 7 and the Frostworm finally comes to the party. But you said it, as long as there's no Destroyer, he can easily hex that one and get rid of it by even not fighting against it. Lich has to be careful. Still an Invo Potion on him. Uses that one. DK was hexed and there's still a Mana Potion. So he might be able to heal that Frostworm or the Lich. But he has to decide which one he wants to save. And at this point it really not looks good for Shadai anymore.
Yeah, I think he was rushing way too much into that fight. The Blade Master is now trying to close in on the Lich. It's still 50 supply against 35, so once again the Orc is way ahead and Town Portal passed onto the Lich. Yeah, I think Shadai rushed into that fight way too quickly. He had the 2 destroyers in the air. I mean, he didn't want to lose all of the Acolytes at the expansion, of course, but had he just tried to stall his opponent for, say, 15 seconds maybe, until his worm was ready and the destroyers were there as well with mana, I think he could have done a lot more damage there. The way it went, he lost all of his air units, and now he's gonna try and desperately hold his expansion here against, or with only 1 Fiend, 1 Destroyer and the triple hero combo. And he's going for the Shadow Hunter immediately. Is there Heal Wave? Yeah, there is Heal Wave in time. And Hex on the death side.
Nice, and he's killing the level 6 Shadow Hunter, but on the other side, the expansion, there are no more Acolytes, and the Blade Master still stays strong with an Invo Potion. Does he have more coils? Yes, 200 mana on that DK, but this seems not to be enough to keep the Dark Ranger alive. He's about to die. Not sure, he wanted to give that Invo Potion from the Lich to the Dark Ranger, but all the units remain. 47 supply against the 22 from the underplayer. 2 level 6 heroes try to fight against the level 6 Blade Master and all the units with Spirit Link. Without a Destroyer, you cannot take this fight. You don't have any chance in winning it. And there's a level 3 Nova killing Raiders. The Raiders are all super low HP. Now the Lich is being focused. There's still 1 coil that could easily keep that Lich alive. Can you please use it? There it is. Can he kill all the Raiders? No, he can't. 2 Shades are still there. He could sacrifice one of it. Now he's going for it. Level 2 or level 3 Dark Ritual was used. And now GG from Shadai. But what a great game from both of the players. Shadai able to stay in that game for quite a long time, even though he was playing against 2 gold mines. And we can also see it in terms of resources on the board here. He had like, I don't know, 5k gold more, but you also have to pay a lot of upkeep. No, it's actually not 5k, it's just like close to 4k. But on the other hand, it was such a huge advantage for some time. I don't know how Shadai was able to like stay so long in that game, but in the end, level 6 Blade Master most likely winning him that game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think at a point, I think Machiavelli, for the most part, like in all of the fights, like in the beginning, if you remember, where he pulled the ghouls on the right-hand side, later on at the expansion, then later on in front of the Merc camp on the top, he was always able to trade really well, and I think that kept him in the game. He really made sure to punish the weaknesses of Calypso, to really make sure to use the chances that were given to him by killing the Blade Master, for example, by killing the Shadow Hunter twice, and therefore his heroes really became monsters at a point, and that's really what kept him in the game. And then I think I still claim that in the narrow position at the expansion with the Blade Master and with like 65 supply against 49, which he had, he could have probably finished the game there. There was 1 Nerubian Tower, 1 shop there, but where do you go against the Blade Storm, like in that narrow position?
Yeah, Blade Storm was crazy.
Yeah, he didn't do so. It drew out the game a little bit longer, and eventually, yeah, Shadai couldn't hold his expansion anymore.
But I'm also kind of surprised that he was not using his undead heroes, especially in the later stages of the game, to kill that Shadowhunter, because you can't just nuke him and then silence him in the right time. There was nothing on him most of the time. No Invo Potion on Shadowhunter, no healing potion, maybe a heal scroll every now and then. But beside that, if you silence that hero in a crucial moment, the 600 or 700 mana doesn't play a huge role anymore. And I think he could have gone for that hero kill more often. But also on the other hand, the Orc player not really trying to kill that DK. I've seen like South Korean Orc players killing that first hero of Undead players in no time. If you get like a few critical strikes on him, it's definitely worth it, even if it's just the Blade Master going ham on that DK or trying to kill the Lich. So both of the players doing a good job of keeping the heroes alive, but on the other hand, I think they were not really committed to kill any of the heroes, even though we see like 3 hero kills to both of the players. There was more room to actually make more use of the Dark Ranger or maybe go for a Pitlord third. Not sure if the Dark Ranger in the later stages, if you don't go for the crucial silences, is the right choice, because the moment you don't silence one of the Spirit Walkers, and he was like getting more and more of them. Usually you see Orc players just get 1 or 2, but he had like 4 Spirit Walkers, and one of them was like most of the time not silenced. Then he can dispel all the silence from the other units, which happened there. So great control from Calypso, but on the other hand, not sure if the Dark Ranger was the right tool here if you don't use it for that hero focus.
But I think the problem is, like, it sounds easy, just silence and call Nova the Shadow Hunter. The problem is that he all the time had to fight with like a 15 supply disadvantage, and there's like raiders and headhunters and stuff, and the Shadow Hunter's always in the back. So if he moves back, you have to go through a huge wall of Orc units if you want
Yeah,
to
that's true.
continue or finish the job basically in killing him. So maybe it's easier to just go for the melee unit snipes or the weak headhunters, which you're sure to end up killing, instead of risking it all for the Shadow Hunter who's in the back. So it's a tough call to make. Of course, if he gets it, then it's great, and I'm stupid for saying that, but yeah, it's always difficult to make the right call in those fights.
Yeah, that's true. And this was just the second contestant of the 5 replays that we got for the replay of the year in 2015. Thank you, Andy, for tuning in and helping me out on this one. Thanks for your commentary. I think maybe we have some more live stream available, like sooner or later, when you want to hook up for a Jera Cup cast, or if you want to go for a Calypso Cup, or we're gonna have a Rust Brain Cup soon. So in case you want to hook up with me and have a live cast there, we can also do that. I will, of course, plug your link below that video so that everybody can keep track of you, because you're providing all these old school kind of replays, like from very old tournaments, like first Intel Extreme Masters. I've seen games from that, Hot playing against Todd, and great games coming out of that. So we will definitely link it in case you want to say something. It's your moment right now.
Okay, so yeah, first of all, thanks for having me here. I really enjoyed this cast. I think dual casting is definitely a nice change of pace, and it's really fun doing. So yeah, I really appreciate the offer, and I think we're certainly going to be able to make something happen there. As for my stuff, for my content, as I said in the beginning, yeah, I'm casting tons of old games, like the past casts, which are like selected top replays from the past, and Extreme Masters, which is about 100 best of 3s in total. Pretty large tournament, and also one past cast together with YAWS. So if you enjoyed this one, then you might want to check that one out on my channel. And yeah, if you enjoyed this one, then you might want to give it a shot. Other than that, yeah, thanks for having me, and I guess we'll eventually make something happen again. And that's all that I have to say for the moment. Take care. Bye.